Hi friends, it's Lauren Taylor. Thanks for joining me in my craft room today. I'm grateful to have you here for the latest Oh So Inspired collaboration hop, where we are a group of crafters, and this year we are inspired by our fellow teammates on the Oh So Inspired team, and I'm so excited that this month is Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC. I am a big fan of Sarah Liz. So I was really excited to dig through her Instagram, and I went way back and found that adorable pumpkin shaker card. So I'm going to use that as my inspiration today. I did pull out some supplies, just kind of an idea of what I wanted to make in my head, and I don't use all of the supplies that I have out here. I decided to not go with the paper strip background. I really like how Sarah Liz incorporates paper stripes or strips into her cards, but I opted out of using it, and I'm just going to use some pattern paper to create some patterns on my cards. So I did a ton of die cutting, getting my project ready. I will have everything that I've used today linked down below if you're interested in any of the products, but I'm going to be focusing on creating a shaker window similar to the pumpkin card, except I'm going to make mine a present, a gift. So I have all my supplies. I use some really pretty pattern paper to do all of my die cutting, and I have some different sequins and clay confetti in my stash that I pulled out. I'm just really going for fun, bright rainbow colors. And then I was going to use this Better Together sentiment, but the more I thought about it being a birthday card, I thought that was kind of weird. So I'm going to use You Are My Favorite and then pull out this Happy Birthday stamp set. It's one of my go-tos for birthday stamping, especially on the inside of cards. So I'm going to use those together to create my card. I'm going to start with my shaker window, and I'm going to start gluing my elements onto the front, this shaker panel, because I want to stamp my sentiment but make sure I have plenty of room to know where my gift and that bow on the gift is going to be. So while I start creating my shaker window, I just wanted to remind you of how we do our Oh So Inspired collaboration hops. We have a playlist that all of our videos are linked on, and you can find that down below in my description box. You can also find Sarah Liz's YouTube channel tagged down below, as well as everyone else participating in today's Oh So Inspired collaboration hop. I've also put Sarah Liz's Sassy's LLC Instagram account on in my description, and she definitely needs more followers. So if you are on Instagram, you need to go give her a follow. And then I also linked down below her original card, so you can go see it as well on Instagram. But I am, like I said, big fan of Sarah Liz. I also wanted to use those color wheel clay confetti pieces because I first heard or virtually met Sarah Liz on Craft Roulette, so that's my little tribute to that as well. I have yet to meet her in person, but I feel like we've already bonded for life via the internet, so I really am so excited that I'll get to meet her this year. I will meet her in April at Creativation, since we're both on the Trinity Stamps design team. So I'm so excited to be able to spend some time and get to know her in person. And then of course, again at Paper Ganza for Craft Roulette. But her style is very, I want to say she goes above and beyond in everything she makes, and I love that. But then she'll also do these really cool, I don't want to say simple because that sounds like it's not a lot of effort, and it is, but very clean and like layout inspired cards, especially with her emergency card kits. If you're not familiar with those, you definitely need to go check out her YouTube. But if you've been hopping with us for a while, I'm sure you know all about her emergency card kits. I hope she'll forgive me for not using an emergency card kit on my card today because my printer just is not printing very nicely. So I'm doing some stamping for my sentiments this time, but I wish I would have had some sentiments already pre-printed before my printer just gave up on me. So any suggestions for a nice, cheap, but good printer, let me know. So I am going to jump back into my card. I created my shaker window, the front panel. I stamped my You Are My Favorite sentiment on the background, and then I stamped the happy birthday sentiment on some Neenah white cardstock and used the coordinating die to cut that out. I've already added my acetate to my gift window for the shaker, so I'm just going to apply the pattern paper that will be the back side of my shaker. I used some tape runner and just line that up where it was larger than the window, so I didn't have to try too hard, but lined it up so it would be on the back side of the window. Now the best and most important part about the shaker is adding your foam adhesive. So I'm using some 1/8 of an inch strips from scrapbook.com and just creating a seamless as much as possible like wrap around the window with the foam adhesive to keep it from any of my little embellishments from coming out of that square. And then I added more foam adhesive around the rest of the back, or I'm sorry, the back of the shaker panel, and that way there's stability all around the card when I glue it down. I'm adding those confetti pieces to the shaker area, and then I removed all of the release paper from the foam adhesive and popped that onto the background. Lots of really fun pattern paper, just very festive birthday paper. And then I'm getting some thinner foam adhesive. I used 3mm foam adhesive for the shaker part, and then using 1mm foam thickness for my sentiment because it's already a thick enough card, but I wanted my sentiment to be popped up, so trying to keep that on the thinner foam side for the sentiment. I also die cut these cute little envelopes. I just was thinking it could be like a gift and cards that you would give at a birthday, so that was what was inspiring my die cut choices, and I'm just gonna glue those together. I probably should have used some double-sided adhesive sheets to not have to do so much gluing with these dainty little die cuts, but I really like the envelope look that you can layer these two pieces together to make a cute little envelope, and then you can also die cut the heart. So I die cut the envelopes out of some blue cardstock and then the hearts out of some pink cardstock, and I just thought that looked really cute. It's trying to just add a little more color to the rainbows of my pattern paper. So I've got, you know, the pinkish colors, yellow, green, teal, and blue. I tried to keep it gender neutral so that way this card could go to anyone. It does still have very kind of a little bit more of a feminine touch, I guess, with the hearts and the shiny embellishments on the inside, but I think it's really cute and it could be used for anybody. I have finished my card front now, so let's get this attached to my card base. This is just a top folding A2 card base, and I added adhesive to the back of the panel. And I love shaking shaker cards. It's so fun. Sarah Liz does a really great job at interactive cards, including shaker cards. So it was really fun to make this birthday shaker panel card inspired by Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC. I hope she loves my card. I hope she's so excited to see everyone's creations today. I'm excited to hop along as well. But thank you so much, Sarah Liz, for being such an amazing inspiration. I can't wait to party with you in Seattle. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!